Good morning, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Weens in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And today I'm gonna take you on a local food tour starting with breakfast. And then we're gonna have a typical lunch and then a popular typical Cambodian Khmer dinner. It's gonna be a great day of eating, and I'm gonna show you the typical meals in a single day in Phnom Penh. It's about 7 a.m. and I'm starting off this morning with what is probably the most popular and the most common of all Cambodian Khmer street food breakfasts. And you literally walk outside of your hotel or wherever you're staying and you can smell the aroma of the grills. You can smell that fresh meat in the morning. And what they do for this dish is that she scoops you a plate of rice. It's broken rice. Specifically, it's broken rice. And then she tops on a piece of pork. And the pork is marinated in a combination of palm sugar and coconut milk and some other seasonings. There might be some soy sauce in there. And so it's a very thin piece of pork, and so it cooks really well done and really kind of almost crispy, and you can see that caramelization on the edges of the pork. And then she puts that over your rice. I had to get it with a fried egg as well. And then this dish is served with a side of pickles and then a side of soup. And so this is a very common breakfast dish that you will find in Cambodia. Oh, it's good. And the pork is indeed cooked very well, so it's a little bit dried out. But then with that scoop of oil that she added on, that rehydrates it, and that it's so fragrant. It's so smoky. And I think I can taste a little bit of coconut in there. I would have preferred my egg to be a little bit runnier, but that's okay. We still got a little bit of a transparent yolk in there. And follow that with some soup. Oh, that tastes like a fishy soup. Well, that just completes the full meal. If there happens to be a little bit of chili on this table, oh, which yes there is, this would just complete the full meal deal. Add a little bit of chili on the side here, or how about right there in the center? Oh yes. Again, the same procedure. Egg, a piece of pork, chili sauce, and some of those pickles. Oh yes. Fantastic. Oh, what a breakfast. And follow with soup. Really, really good in the morning. That's a great way to start your day when you're in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, or anywhere in Cambodia. And that's about as local and as popular as you can possibly get. And you can find it everywhere. Literally, just take a walk outside and you will find this dish. Oh, pasar cha. Pasar cha. Okay. We're just cutting off a giant truck and going the opposite direction on the road. And we're going not too far away. We're going to the old market, and there's a lot of things to eat for lunch there. There should be a good place to grab some local typical Khmer Cambodian lunch. Okay, Akon. We made it to this area. This is close to Pasar Cha, which is the old market, but we're just gonna look for lunch around this area. This is exactly what I was hoping for. There is some amazing food at this market. Lots and lots of different grilled river fish and some local Khmer delicacies for lunch. Hello, how are you? Look at that selection of proteins, fried and grilled. There's pickles, there's, oh, I can see the prahok, which is the fermented fish paste. And all sorts of grilled fish. At this market, they have about 10 different lunchtime stalls that all serve just a beautiful assortment of different food, especially lots of different grilled river fish. There's some fried fish as well. There's some bubbling stews going on. There's some beautiful, like, steamed different Cambodian Khmer dishes, some prahok, lots of things going on. And then you have the big pot of rice over here. This is a truly a spectacular display of different foods, and there's so much going on. This is where we're gonna have Khmer lunch today. Wow, that is a selection of fish. These maybe are snakehead fish, which she curls up onto a skewer and then they slow roast. They just sit here on the grill all afternoon and just kind of slow roast over the coals. That looks like a fish I want to eat for lunch. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Ying, ani alai pla alaiครับ ani pla Kahok. Okay. Yeah. This is one of the meals where you break a sweat before you even start eating. I'm just dripping with sweat, and actually almost everybody just drives up on their motorbikes and gets takeaway. But we wanted to sit here and eat, and so the lady who actually, her business is right in front of where they're selling the food, she kindly brought out a table, a little table, pop-up table for us to eat here. Really kind of her. Thank you very much. And this is some very local Khmer lunch food, and this is a cool place. The aunties cooking the food here are really friendly. They were excited that we ordered all these foods. My nose is detecting some definite fermented fish aromas coming off of this table. I'm gonna begin with this dish here, and this is a type of praho, and it's a fermented. Well, this one is one of the main fermented fish dishes. It's a paste. I can see some lemongrass in there and some herbs and some chilies, and then this one is, they wrapped it in a banana leaf and grilled it. Oh wow. Oh, that's pretty salty. That's a great flavor though. It does have that fermented fish aroma to it. It's really loaded with lemongrass. A little bit of a smoky flavor from being roasted as well. This seems to be one of the most popular Khmer Cambodian dishes. A mixture of minced meat with egg, and then kind of, I think this might be either steamed or, I think steamed in this little bowl. This is a nice little version of it. It's almost like a little casserole. I'll reach in with my spoon here. Oh, the firmness of that. Stick this onto my rice. Very salty. Has like a little bit of a fermented taste to it too. It almost sort of has that like starchiness of yolk in texture, and then you can taste little bits of minced meat in there as well. This is one of the more daring looking dishes that she's serving for lunch today, and it's little fish in kind of a dark murky sauce. Oh, you can actually see, if you get in really close there, you can actually see some lime pulp in there, and I think that's shreds of ginger. I have no idea if these fish are raw or if they're cooked or if they're just fermented. Oh, wow. Okay, it's not nearly as bizarre as I thought it was going to be. It kind of has a okay, it's a little bit fishy, but it almost has that like smoky, fishy kind of taste to it. I was a little bit hesitant going in with that bite because I had no idea what it is, and it looks pretty hardcore fermented, but it's actually, the flavor is wonderful. Almost a cheese. As I keep on chewing, I can almost taste some cheese in there too. Next up to the big fish, and you can, you lift that skin and it's just like buttery flesh underneath. You can tell that this has been on the grill for a while. Oh, it's still nice and hot, but they do this grilling style where they grill the fish and they just kind of leave the fish hanging out on the edges of the fire, so it just kind of slow roasts and keeps hot and sort of smokes at the same time for who knows how many hours. The actual flesh of the meat, you can taste that it's fresh water, and it sort of has that little like rubberiness as you keep on chewing between your teeth. Oh, eat this sauce with the fish? Hamper. Oh. Okay. We just failed to order the sauce, but luckily in those little plastic bags, this is the sauce. This is the sauce. Fish, and I'll put this onto my rice. And then for this bite, let me go in for some of this sauce. If you get a really close-up look at this sauce, you can see that there's just crushed nuts in it, but that does smell very nutty. That makes all the difference. That's sour, and it's nutty, and it's like, you can taste like lemony, maybe lemongrass in there, and maybe some cilantro as well. Oh yeah, that's what it needed. That's exactly what it needed. The yellow-topped minced meat egg dish. It's okay, but it's honestly not my favorite dish. However, the prahok dish, grilled, roasted in the banana leaf, that fermented fish dish, that one is really a complexity of flavors that I love. It's delicious, and that fermented fish pickle looking dish is quite a surprisingly delicious dish as well. Okay. Oh yeah, we got another fish and another one of these banana leaf wraps. They were pretty surprised and excited that we wanted refills on these dishes. They're good. This is specifically the dish of the meal. Oh yeah, we just got a handful of vegetables too. Just the whole cucumbers and winged beans. We'll just go ahead and set that into the bag, I guess. Oh yeah. Oh, and she has some chilies too. I think it's kind of self-service back there, that little pile of plastic bags back there.
Oh my god.
You can kind of help yourself. Oh, thank you, Akon. Akon. I retrieved the final component of this meal. Okay, let me move in for some of this fresh banana wrap. There's kaffir lime leaves down here too, giving it an extra citrusy aroma along with that lemongrass. This is really a winner of a flavor. Okay, that's gonna light my mouth on fire in a few seconds. I can already feel that chili just juicing. Oh, the chili is pretty sweet. That was one of those meals where it feels like I took a bath after finishing eating. That was a sweaty meal. That was some really good food, some very interesting dishes. Some of the dishes were kind of surprising with flavor. Some of the dishes were pretty intense. The grilled fish in particular was really good, along with that like pistachio nut sauce. It wasn't really pistachio, but I don't know what it was, but it was nutty and green. And then I have to say that this prahok, that was one of the dishes of the meal. That dish right there was a little bit intense, but had some surprising flavor. That's a little bit of an adventurous one, but really there's quite a wonderful selection of food here. These aunties are friendly, and this is a proper Cambodian Khmer street food lunch in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh. We're back in a tuk-tuk again. We're gonna head back home just to hang out for a couple hours, and then we'll re-emerge again for Khmer dinner tonight. We spent most of the afternoon inside the house, and it's a good thing too, because it downpoured for a couple of hours. And now Phnom Penh our street is flooded, and I'm sure the streets in the main part of the city are pretty flooded as well. So we're hoping that the driver for this tuk-tuk, I think he lives right down there, and he's coming to drive us. We are in luck.
So this just says
we got a tuk-tuk on our way to dinner now. Whoa! Whoa! We almost tipped up. Whoa! That's pretty deep. Oh, there's some potholes in that flood. Okay, and we are on our way to go eat Khmer barbecue for dinner. And that rain really made a difference. It's nice and cool now, and that's actually why it was so blazing hot when we were having lunch. Oh, hello, Phnom Penh afternoon traffic. For dinner tonight, we're at a local Khmer barbecue restaurant, and they have some really unique and interesting dishes on their menu. I want to first say a big thank you to Lina Goldberg from Move to Cambodia for this recommendation. This is it's very much a beer garden, but they also have a huge menu full of food. But this is a very popular meal to eat Khmer barbecue for dinner and to come hang out with your friends. They've just started playing some live music, so I hope you can hear me all right. But a couple of the dishes have just arrived, including this awesome dish that I can't wait to try. It's fried goat with ant eggs. So you could basically order this with whatever type of meat you wanted. But when I saw goat on the menu, I had to go for the goat. There's goat goat chunks in here. I think that's the skin. These are kaffir lime leaves, but I also smell like a curry aroma to it. So I'm not sure if there's curry leaves in here too. Oh, that is insane. Oh, that goat meat is so tender. And those ants have a little bit of a sour crunch to them. The skin is kind of fatty and creamy. Well, fully fatty and creamy. And then it has this amazing like basil-y, citrusy flavor to it. Oh man, that's good. The next dish over here are the fried riblets. And these are deep fried ribs. Oh yeah. Oh, that's just deep fried, crunchy rib goodness. Fully crispified, so like a little bit oily. It's salty. You can taste the pepper on there. There are a few more meat dishes that are on their way, but we also ordered just a plate of random mixed vegetables. Yeah. Just straight up stir fried. It kind of has a tangy, garlicky taste to it. The ribs are amazing, but this fried goat with red ant eggs is just the superior dish of this meal so far. That is insanely good. That is really, really quality. That's a dish to remember. In English, it's known as lokla sometimes, or as shaking beef, but this is more of a saucy version that I don't know if I've ever had before. These are nuggets of beef. They look like half. They look nice and medium rare. There's an egg on the side. There's some French fries. This is a fantastic looking dish of beef. Oh, that is so juicy. Well, you can taste like the blood of that rareness of that beef just like kind of gushing with juice. This is the type of restaurant where you just want to sit here and you kind of want to be snacking on a dish, and then you want to order another dish, and you just kind of sit here, enjoy, hang out with friends, and keep munching throughout the night. We just ordered another dish. This one is eel stir-fried with chili, it said on the menu, and you can see these whole pieces of chopped up eel, and what I love is there's just a pile of herbs on top, and that is so fragrant. I could take a whole bite of herbs first and without even any eel. I only know the Thai names for these herbs, but that has a little bit of a licoricey taste to it. Wow, that's an herbaceous just explosion in your mouth. Oh, that's buttery, wonderful eel. And with those herbs, man, that's good. That is probably the tastiest Khmer meal that I've ever had. That food was unbelievably delicious. The flavors were just actually perfect. The herb mixtures, you could taste the lemongrass, you could taste the pepper, they were salty, and it is a beer garden type of restaurant. But that was not only that, but also a really cool Cambodian experience, because they have a live band and they're playing Khmer music, and that's gonna complete this full day of local Khmer food in Phnom Penh. Breakfast was delicious, lunch was an adventure and a very, very local street food meal, and then dinner is just a classic Cambodian Khmer barbecue feast with live music. This was a fantastic day in Phnom Penh. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. And if you're not already subscribed, click subscribe now for lots more food and travel videos. Good night from Phnom Penh, and I'll see you on the next video.